began to consider the Earth as a system when they started flying around in spaceships and looking back at the Earth. Because when you look at the Earth, you can get the feeling it must all fit together. That the different compartments must work together.
We are living actually in a very thin skin of the planet. And the human interference, they have a major impact on this very thin skin actually. Human forces are matching already the natural forces, and this is quite worrying.
Climate change is one of the greatest threats we face today.
Global warming is too serious for the world any longer to ignore its danger.
Global change is not climate change. That there's much more to global change than just the climate change.
Shrinking forests, expanding deserts, falling water tables, eroding soils, disappearing species, rising temperature, ice melting, more destructive storms, rising sea level. There are a long list of physical signs of environmental stress.
Changes to the chemistry of the oceans, changes to the chemistry of the atmosphere, population change, changes in economics, changes in technologies, the fact that most of the fisheries are now fully exploited, the fact that we're projected to lose 10 to 30% of all mammals, birds, and amphibians on the planet this century. Huge changes to the biological fabric of the planet.
The signs are very clear. The environment is not very healthy in many ways, and the signs are very clear. It's also due to our activities. All right, that's a pretty depressing message. But there now are a lot of people who are thinking about how can we improve the health of the planet, how can we improve our own health and well-being at the same time. So I think the point now is not that this is a depressing message. This is a wake-up call.
When you see a wildlife program on television, it's generally a program which contains no people and no evidence of the human presence whatsoever. and often they will describe the place in which they're filming as a pristine wilderness, and they will create the impression that there are huge parts of the planet where people don't engage and where people don't live. They invent an artificial wilderness. Then what happens is that tourists go to those places and they see people and they say, this is outrageous. We saw it on the telly and there was no one here. There were just cheetahs running around and zebras and kudu and wildebeest. Well, this is outrageous. And so the conservation authorities then say, all right, we'll get rid of the people for you. We will create the artificial wilderness which was invented on television. And this is a process which I've seen taking place all over the world, and it's had the consequence of creating a completely misleading impression of how the world is and of how ecosystems function and of their relation to human beings, because there are very, very few ecosystems anywhere on Earth which have not been profoundly affected by human beings.